In this video, we're going to go through the volume formulas for a cylinder, a cone, and a sphere. So as you can see on the screen, we have three shapes that are three-dimensional, and underneath them, it lists the volume formula for each of them. Let's start with the cylinder. The cylinder has two dimensions that we need to know to calculate the volume, the radius and the height. And the volume formula is pi times the radius squared times the height. Now, if they give you the diameter in this cylinder, remember diameter is just double the radius, right? Diameter is all the way across the circle and radius is just halfway across. So if they give you diameter, that would work too for this formula. And to do this formula, all you need to do is take the numbers from the problem. Like in this one, we have 6 inches for a radius and 12.5 inches for a height. So all you do is put the 6 in for the R, the 12.5 in for the height, and then you just type that all in your calculator. Now there is a pi button on your calculator. If you're working on a Chromebook, most Chromebooks calculators, you can just type pi on your keyboard and it will automatically correct it to pi. You might have to go rummaging through some of the buttons to find the pi key if it's not obvious right away. You'll always get a decimal in these problems. You'll always get a very long decimal, an irrational number. So look in the question to see what they would like you to round it to. The next shape we're going to look at is a cone. A cone has two dimensions as well, radius and height. And again, if they give you the diameter, that's fine. You just have to cut it in half to get the radius. The formula for the volume of a cone is 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times the height. So in this example here, I had a radius of 8 and a height of 20. So I just put in 8 for R and 20 for H. And I just typed that all in my calculator, 1/3 times pi times 8 squared times 20. And I got the answer of 1,340.412, so on. So again, make sure you round it correctly. Notice that in both of these so far and in the last example, the label on this is cubic centimeters, or the last one was cubic inches. That's because volume is measured in cubic units. The last one here is the volume of a sphere. There's only one measurement for a sphere you need to know, and that's the radius. That's the distance from the very center of this 3D globe ball object, from the very center to the outside. And it doesn't matter which way it goes because that's going to be the same distance through the whole thing. The distance from the center of it to the outside is called the radius, and we just need to know that. The volume formula is 4/3 times pi times the radius third to the third power. So here's an example. I knew that the radius was 2.1 millimeters, so I just did on my calculator 4/3 times pi times 2.1 to the third power, and my answer was 38.79 cubic millimeters. So that's all you need to know, how to find the volume formula of a cylinder, cone, and sphere.